pockets, take another dip to restart and refuel this moon boy ship. My dreams may be futile.
Now they can hear us, and now they can see us. Perfect. Welcome to the show today. I'm very happy to have you on here today, Corey and Michael. How are you guys doing?
Really good.
Pumped, man. Pumped.
Yeah.
I am, as I just expressed before we got started, I'm very energetic today, and I just grabbed another cup of my wax coffee, and the heroin is on, and I'm ready.
Nice.
So, what's up today?
Man, we're just up to our eyeballs in inspiration and creativity and building and doing. We've just completed the Mr. Spaceman 24-hour drop that was a lot of fun and very successful. I dropped you a couple of links of showing a couple of our wax accounts. We raised within the new Uplift Donate account. There's over, I think, $20,000 worth of wax in there.
Yeah.
In the Haitian Roots account from the drop before. I'm not the bubble. There's like $32,000 there that's waiting to be transferred into food. So that's what, over close to $55,000 within a couple of months, raised by this community using the new win-win-win protocol, or however you want to say it, but using NFTs for good, right? It's a system where the cause that we're working with, and at the moment it's Haitian Roots. 2021 is about building that school, raising enough funds to build their Haitian Roots third school in Haiti, and the organization wins and the community and the artists win. So because of blockchain and NFTs and what wax has allowed, what Atomic Assets, Atomic Hub, Jonah and Fabian have created and allowed, it gives us this vehicle to really engage in a way that we couldn't before in history, to where you can have an organization to where all sides win. It's not about, hey, how much money can Mblu and Corey and the team make, but hey, how much goodness can we create as a community, and everybody wins, right? And we're actually seeing this in real time. It's actually working, and we're at the very beginning stages of it. But I start thinking, what could this be in a year from now, or 2 years from now, or 3 years from now, right? Yeah. I mean, it's really limitless, and we're dealing with a very small niche, wax community for the most part. I mean, this is the last event we had, maybe less than 150 participants, but we were still able to raise a significant amount of funds for cause that people are rallying around, and they feel like, and they are part of this bigger vision of just me. What can I get? What can I get? It's more like I'm getting and I'm giving all at the same time. And we're dealing with such a small community right now, a passionate, beautiful community. And I'm very, very grateful. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But what happens when we have 1,000 people active in this? What about 10,000 or 100,000 or 1 million, right? What kind of goodness can we do with that, right? And we've moved away from the traditional charitable space because early on I got, I literally paid $1,200 to talk to one of the top experts in charity, right? He works with $1 billion endowments, and he's $600 an hour. So I hired him, and just to ask the hard questions, tell him my vision. And he really laid the hammer down on me and told me the hard, brass, ugly facts of the charitable space. And from there, I was like, after that phone call, I was just like, I was just so deflated, right? It's like, oh man, what did I get myself into? It's like, this is the charity space globally is just broken, and it doesn't work, right? It's basically, you're getting starving students running the show, right? Meaning it's this revolving door of you can never attract top talent because everybody's expected to work for, nearly free peanuts, right? So how are you going to get like a really educated, successful go-getter personality in to really make the system work the way it should? And then also, it's not even talking about the corruption that's in the whole charitable space as well.
But this is why blockchain is here. This is what we are changing, right?
Right. So I said, I want to do something new. We're in a new paradigm, blockchain. It's got all these great properties to it, transparent, accountable, so on and so forth. We all know that. But, I really feel like the world is moving out from the old paradigm, the old me system. So that's really where I started thinking, like, how can we set this up to where everybody wins? We can be a prosperous organization so we can attract top talent. But what's amazing is top talent is just coming now, right? Because we're working with incredible people. So that's kind of like the run-on sentence there. But it's so excited about what's going on. And now what's going on with Corey and the Uplift and what's going on in that Minecraft world and the talent and the passion that's being brought into that ecosystem tied with NFTs.
Yeah, so I think Corey should take over there and tell us what you mentioned Minecraft and what is Minecraft doing with Uplift or what is Uplift doing with Minecraft? I don't know.
Yeah. So
he's very passionate about this subject.
Yeah. There's a lot to it. I mean, so everybody knows about Alien Worlds. You know about Decentraland. You know about all these places that are allowing you to basically own or control, digital metaverse land, with the blockchain, right? And with Alien Worlds now, obviously with an NFT, which we think is a phase change in what it's going to let people do. So we were already building a Minecraft world. I've been thinking about trying to figure out how to get rewards, cryptocurrency or token rewards out for in-game actions. For a long time, probably about a year and a half, and then the NFT stuff came out. And like, why couldn't we have areas of this Minecraft world that you could basically have a permanent lease and control what gets built, who can build and mine there, basically have ownership like control with an NFT. And in researching it, we found out we can do exactly that. So the Uplift.art world is going to be a place, obviously, linked with the Uplift, and they're different things. But Mblu and I are working so closely together. He was just like, "Why don't we just call it the Uplift?" I'm like, "Yep, that it checks out." Because right at the very center of it, this thing behind me is we call it the Cathedral to Reason, but it's where we hold our gratitude ceremonies, and that will sort of sit at the center of the world, right? Like we wanted to have that sort of be the primary ethos of it. But long story short, it's going to be a place where every single project in the space that's in our ecosystem can come. They can pick up some land. They can control it. They can basically have their NFTs mineable in that space, their token mineable in that space. We're going to have wax as a permanent reward in the system. So you travel along the railway, you're making a little bit of wax the whole time. The people that own those railway land key NFTs will make a little bit because you traveled on their land. It's basically like all the best pieces and things and just elements that have inspired me and the rest of the Uplift team, everybody else that I know that's in this space. We're going to be able to embed in this Minecraft world to add like a layer of place. You're actually going to be able to go and do things with people in spaces where it's going to be kicking out like you're going to find NFTs, you're going to be mining NFTs, you're going to be mining wax.
And I am very afraid of this because this is the kind of things that I get sucked into. I miss sleep, I forget about days, they vanish. Suddenly I sleep 4 hours per night and I sit up and I build things. I've done this multiple times in the past, and now I usually do this building blockchain things, which is good.
Right.
And this is very exciting because like subscribers to this channel will have a chance to have some land in the Anyobservation world as well, inside this Uplift world.
What
Can I
I'm
show you one of the? Sorry, Mblu, go ahead.
No. Well, what I'm excited about, because, for example, Uplift.art will have the Uplift.art land, right?
Yep.
Just like you will, Anders, and, whoever other project comes on board and builds their kingdom within their land. So within Uplift.art, we're going to build our pieces, right? We're going to build our art museums, and our attractions. But then within our land, we're going to be able to sell, specific, land keys within the land, divvy it up. And that ties into the whole win-win-win economy. So, the more people that come onto the land, we can see the traction, the heat map, so to speak, and that just makes the land itself more valuable. So you've got so many layers of incentive and ways of playing that it's just limitless, and I'm really excited about that.
And I firmly believe, and we have, and Mblu knows the reason why he's like, man, Corey's brain never stops is because literally at 5 o'clock in the morning, I hit him with like a novel, like I just wake up and we bounces back and forth with every single person on our team basically all day. Like it's crazy. But the thing that excites me the most is we're setting up the parameters where we want it to be as open as possible, right? There's going to be this place layer, this Minecraft layer where people can come and do things and collaborate. And we had somebody come in and build like a massive installation for my cousin did her 40th birthday party. My whole family came in and we all just hung out and it was live and on the thing. And you feel it. Because I felt like I was actually there with them. Now, it's not just in a thing, but doing things, right? But I firmly believe that the absolute best use case for this platform we haven't even thought of yet. And it's going to be somebody like you, Anders, that figures it out, right? And we want to make it as open as humanly possible so that people can come in and just create an earth-shattering amount of value on their little, piece of land or big piece of land if they want to do that. And that just makes the whole rest of the system more valuable because other people can do the same thing. So is it okay if I share my screen? Because I was actually going to show you. I think
you have permission to do that. And what you expressed there about going there with your families and feeling like you are together in real life, well, kind of in real life, even though it's not.
Right.
That is what gamers feel when you play with each other online.
Right.
That is like, we feel that we are together, but we're not. And that is the gamer way of doing it. And people that don't game, they do not understand the social aspect of multiplayer games.
All right, so I'm just going to show you guys your this is what we're calling the community cluster. Anders, we're giving you and your community one of these clusters.
It would be the best one.
It might end up being, we're actually building something right there that I'm not going to show everyone because it's very, very specific. But let's say, just as an example, this one up here is going to Ken Bozak. If you want, you're the second person we're talking about this. If you want this one, we can give you this one. And basically, like, the center is yours. You get to decide what your community is going to do with that. And then there's going to be there's about 60 of these things right now, and we're gonna basically upgrade them to the point where there's about 100, and we're gonna give you those NFTs. And we would love it for you to give those NFTs out to the top fans, like the best people that are around the Anyobservation universe. And then you guys can build whatever you want. And what's going to be interesting is, whichever community earns the most wax in any given month is going to get control of the center, right? So that the center of the whole thing, you're going to be able to go and build there for a month. You can invite everybody in to do stuff if you want. To do some big, huge community collaboration or whatever, but it's going to be up to the community that basically did the best the month after that. Now, there's going to be land for sale all around this stuff. So if you want to buy more around it, you're going to be able to do that. Community members might want to do that. Honestly, I'm probably going to do that. But one thing, I was talking to the Crown community yesterday, and they're going to have one of these as well. Out past this. And anybody who wants to be part of this, let me know, because it's going to kind of be a bit of a collaborative effort. We're going to build a massive monument to Bitcoin, just like stupid big, very, very, very intense, right? And we're going to basically load that space so that one time a day, You can take the train ride all the way down there, past the community cluster, hanging out with everybody. Oh, we just passed, Anders' place. We just passed Ken Bozak's place. This is awesome. All the way out pretty far to this Bitcoin monument. And you'll get 1 sat in wrapped Bitcoin every time you show up.
Whoa.
Like we got, like I said, I was going to throw $100 worth of Bitcoin at it right away. And so far I've had 2 other people that just right off the bat said, I'll absolutely donate that. So again, like take the train ride all the way down there, pray to the Bitcoin gods, and have 1 sat of wrapped Bitcoin. Because we could do that on Wax or on EOS, however we want to do that. Right. So that's the goal for that. And anyway, I'm going to stop talking about this now because I literally will monopolize the entire other time. There's a lot of other stuff going on. So this is where I'm just going to shut up now.
No, but this is what is beautiful, that we are bridging games that already exist. So you don't have to build a game, you just build the connection to the blockchain, which saves ton of time to make a good game. Yeah. This is the Minecraft of the Java version, which has to be specific. It has to be that version to play it, because that is the one that is most moddable. That's the one that we can incorporate the blockchain and the technical aspect. So it's a Java version, and I think it was $25 or something to buy.
Yes,
around that. Yeah, if you want to buy it.
All right, hey, I want to show you one more thing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Corey, can you explain how the NFT keys work for the land?
Yeah, so basically when
do it while you're showing.
Oh, that's a good idea. So if you remember the Mr. Spaceman drop that Mblu just did, right? So these are the actual builds that are in the world, and this map is live. I can give you the link to this map. If we had people working in this space, it would show them like walking around, and if you chat, it actually shows up on the map. So this is going to be a huge part of the game, like just being able to actually see a 2D map. You can actually change it to 3D, which is what I just did. So these are the actual builds that are in the game. There's the rocket that was in that video that I was flying around, which is really fun. And so this red square here, right, it's called a region in Minecraft. So this will get linked to an NFT, right? And the person who got this is gonna get that NFT. And that NFT on our website is going to link when you register with your Wax wallet, right? It's going to connect your Minecraft, when you register it, your Minecraft username with the Wax wallet, and then we are going to be able to see, okay, who owns the NFT that is associated with this land piece, and in the background, it will basically say, okay, this Minecraft username owns that, right? So we'll have that set up, and so you'll be able to then control that. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to have it so that on our website, you're going to be able to control who can build on that. If you want to add people to, say you're doing a big project, right? And this will definitely be important for the community stuff. You'll be able to go onto our website and, add Minecraft usernames for the people that you want to have working on your space. Like, you're going to have control of it. Now, this is a really important bit. Anyone will be able to walk onto your land to check it out, and you want that because then walking across your land is going to be one of the ways that
and I can tell people, if you build things in games, you want to show it to people that understand what it is. So that's perfect.
Right. That was the first thing that Jonah said. Like, Jonah from Atomic Assets, Atomic Hub, basically loved this idea. We talked to him about it first because he's a super genius. And that's the one thing he said. He used to build Minecraft servers all the time, and the one thing he wished is that other people would have seen it. Right. And there's like a huge amount of land in these maps. So we're going to be able to expand again, responsibly, because we want to make sure that land value for the people that get in early is always really, really good. We've got a lot of plans for that. But, you're going to have it so that you're going to be able to be close to other people who are doing amazing things. This will always be in the world. You can go visit it. Right. You're always going to be able to go to Anyobservation town and check out what that community is doing. Right. And, maybe at some point you'll be able to go check out the Cabal in another area, and maybe check out Cabian. Who knows?
The Cabal, it sounds so aggressive.
It does.
It's awesome.
But it's full of the most adorable people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it basically
wait. Can you go back to that 1 second?
Of course I can.
That spacecraft.
Yep.
Because the Blue Wizard actually owns that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And this is a good tie-in. So this is how. So the last Mr. Spaceman drop, we had this one of one, which is the land key for that rocket there.
Yep.
And because the Blue Wizard was the highest bidder of the event, he won the one of one Mr. Spaceman original music video NFT, but he also won the one of one land key for this region here. So he can go in there. That will be his domain. He could tear that rocket down if he wanted and build something new. He can add to it. He can, whatever he wants. He can invite people to help him build on this segment. So that's how these are tying in with the Uplift.art drops. So the upcoming drop that happens on February 13th, it's in celebration of Valentine's Day. It'll be the 13th through the 14th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when it starts on the 13th and it ends on the 14th, 12 p.m. Valentine's Day. And we are doing the same thing on that event as we're building the kingdom of love within the Uplift. And an element of the kingdom of love will also be a one of one given to the highest payer of the Ti Amo collectible love event.
I was actually just scrolling over because the Burning Button event happened just across the ocean over here. And the Blue Wizard got that one too. So yeah, the Blue Wizard is snapping up all the early property in the Uplift.
Well, and this is a good segue into my appreciation for the community around.
Should I show that image that I made?
Oh yeah, if you could. Thank you.
I will take the sharing from Corey. So yeah, you guys can see this as well. So
yeah.
Let's make it a little bit bigger.
So first of all, I want to, publicly thank the Blue Wizard for, what he's doing in the crypto NFT space for Wax. He's tagging what's his name from Binance, the owner of Binance, CZ, yeah. He's really trying to make waves for the Wax ecosystem, getting us some eyeballs on it, getting trying to get us onto exchanges and so on and so forth. So he's really a mover and shaker and really doing some good things and really positive things, not only for Uplift.art. He's been a big supporter of ours and just really helping out. But, our community is just, it's really special. In my opinion, I've been in the space since late 2012. I've been in and out of, many projects, many Telegram channels. My Telegram is just a mess full of, I need to clean it up. It's just, I've got projects after projects after projects, but something really beautiful is happening within the Uplift.art community. And we've got some really beautiful people just doing things, right? They're doing auctions. You've got people listing not only Uplift.art assets for auction, but other, beautiful, from blockchain heroes to cogs to you name it. They're auctioning them off and they're giving sometimes like up to 100% to the Uplift cause. I'd say let's do a win-win-win. You always want to honor yourself. If you're doing the work, you should take some reap the reward. So, I'm always a little unsettled when somebody gives 100% of their work away. But I'm saying it's between 50%, say 33% and 100%. Some of these uplifters are giving to our goal for raising enough funds to build Haitian Roots Third School in Haiti 2021. And what you had up there a minute ago, Andrews, was...
Yeah, I shared it in the Uplift chat so people can actually click and read it by themselves.
So that's a list of participants, uplifters that have really been really active, and it's ranked from the most active down I think it's the top 21. So, first of all, I want to thank, each and every one of you on that list and beyond, because
we have it here right now as well, but you can see
Okay,
it.
Great. So, I had this really special encounter with a gentleman by the name of Bitcoin Blues Brother. And literally, this man has brought tears to my eyes. You know, he did an auction. It wasn't even a I don't remember what asset it was. It wasn't an Uplift asset, but it was another asset that he put up for auction, and the Blue Wizard bought it, right? And it was for a meaningful amount of money. And forgive me, I don't remember the amount, but it was a hefty sum. And for Bitcoin Blues Brother, and by the way, you know, thank you, brother, for your participation. It's very meaningful and touching.
Yeah, he's in the chat now as well, so he's listening.
So he sold that, and he sent me a voice message through Telegram talking about his experience. And I don't know if you can go ahead and just play that.
Yeah, I can, and I will share it so you guys can see it
and
at the
show
same
it
time
as well.
So before we play it, what will we listen to?
Well, that's the audio recording, and I had his permission before I published it. It was, we collaborated.
It's in this
on
one, correct? Right?
This one here.
Yeah.
So maybe we can just all listen to it and just kind of watch it unfold. It's only 3 minutes long, but it'll give context to what I'll say next.
Yeah, and personally, I have not listened on this yet on purpose because I wanted to do it now for the first time. So let's play it. We will play all 3 minutes.
Beautiful.
And I have to pause because I'm just playing in the wrong place so people can't hear it. And now they should be able to hear it. I'm going to restart. Good.
I'm just leaving a quick voice walkie-talkie in Mblu because it's, I know, like, with my terrible grammar when I write in text, as when anybody writes in text, 10 different people can read it and take it in 10 different contexts. So I'm donating 30% of my sale of my card that the Blue Wizard brought this morning to the Uplift.art. And I've got to take out the commission fee of Nifty Wizards for sale of the card, and then to what it roughly works out to be 30%, so it's an even amount of wax. So like it might be 29.7 or 29.2 or something like that, but it's closest to what 30% is. Because my actual original tweet was 25% to donate to Uplift, but when I talked to the Blue Wizard this morning in a DM, I told him that I've upped the level in the card and I'm actually going to donate 30%. So whatever the actual wax number works out to be of 30%, I'll just round it off to the closest even number, and just to show gratitude of what it was, I'll forward that 30% onto Uplift.art. Like, so joy, gratitude, gratefulness, so many words to say what happened this morning. Like, short story, I'm a separated father and my children are 1,700 kilometres away from me, and it's my daughter's 17th birthday tomorrow. And now that's just given me the ability to give her a really good 17th birthday present. So it's that 30% of that sale, to me, nothing is, it's a blessing that I can pass that on to somebody else. And Uplift.art's the perfect project platform that I've been following, and it'll be an honour to pass that on to you, to help pass that on to the Haitian Roots Foundation.
Wow, brother, your story and what you're doing is very touching. You moved me. Wow. Thank you. I'm so thrilled to know that I'm part of a community that is doing such remarkable things. I mean, your story just touched me, and I hope to pay that forward, right? So glad that you're able to give your daughter a meaningful present this year, and I'm sorry for the separation of time and space that the two of you have, and I hope that separation dissipates over time and you can be with her. But thank you so much for what you're doing, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And I've unmuted myself. You guys are still muted, by the way. This is the first time I heard it, and when I heard that, my hair started actually to rise on my arms. It was, yeah, it's very nice. And me as a father of a small kid, I can really relate to how powerful that can be when you're in a hard situation.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're a parent, it's really hard to really conceive of that father-child bond. And yeah, I've got 3 children, and I can't even imagine. I come from a divorced home, and my mother, at the age of 6, maybe I was 5, 6, she moved literally like an hour away, which felt like the other side of the earth to a small child, right? And I'd see her, a couple times a month. So yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine what he may be feeling, but I felt that from the other side, from the child looking for the parent. So creating this piece for me was, I asked myself, because you heard me say, I hope to pay this forward in a way. So I meditated on that. Like, how can I embolden this? How can I add an exclamation to this beautiful moment? And that's when I just sat down and started drawing and conceiving and putting together this piece, The Wizard's Gift. And what we're doing with this is mints. We've got 21 of these minted, right? The magic 21. And the first 2 mints, the number 1 mint's going to his daughter, and he's going to sock that away for her college education or whatever, right? Whatever. Hopefully
Did you imagine that? That's almost, that moment that we had, we're like, man, what if we could turn our music and creativity into a frickin' school? I just had that, like, oh, what? Like, sock that one, that mint number 1 away, and it like pays for her education or something. Just crazy, because crazier things are going to happen in this space. Sorry for interrupting. Holy crap.
Yeah. I mean, I wish that I would love, I mean, that would be this, one of the big successes of my lifetime. If I can look back someday and see that came to fruition, like a meaningful moment like this actually paid for, I don't know, college. I mean, I don't, maybe she doesn't want to go to college. Who knows? But I'd say it pays a meaningful something for her dream, right? Whatever her dream is.
Right.
The mint number 2 is going to Bitcoin Blues Brother. And then mint number 3 through the rest to 21 are going to everybody on that list that Andrew showed earlier in order. Yeah. So, so it's down there. So if you're on that list, you're getting one. Ken Bozak is on, it's actually at the very bottom of the list. So he actually fell out of the Blue Wizard's Gift. But because I love the bro so much, I'm gonna finesse something from my own inventory to give to him as a thank you for being such a beautiful part of the Uplift.art ecosystem. He's such he makes me smile every time I think of him, and I do appreciate him. So I want to make sure that I honor him as well. But unfortunately, it won't be the Wizard's Gift. I'm not even taking one for myself. I just, I'm forfeiting mine for those people on the list.
And the support for Ken, I can only agree. That guy, the last few weeks, he is pushing everything I do and like giving me compliments daily because he appreciates all the work I do. So, I mean, he's a very kind and good-hearted person that wants to help other people reach success.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely, I think, puts a lot of smiles on people's faces in a very genuine, good way. So I applaud him for what he does, and very grateful that he's part of our community.
Yeah, and actually on this in the chat, this is the reason Captain Cavedan is his YouTube name. voted for Uplift.art as the best community. And right now, if you go to @waxmedia, that's a channel on Telegram. If you scroll up a bit, you will see there's an award for NFTs ongoing on Wax where you can vote for the best project, or if you suggest the best product. There is some way there you can actually add what you believe is the best one. I haven't done it yet myself because I do not know yet what project I will add. But Uplift.art is surely one of the top ones, and everyone in this chat, if you believe in Uplift, you should go and add them to that list. They deserve it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's I mean, I'm biased, but yeah, we do have the best community. I mean, come on. You know, I mean, what defines a best community? You know, just you got this brotherhood of goodwill that's unfolding, and you know that's what the world needs right now is goodwill.
Yeah, and I just share that link to that post, and yeah, you just add your Wax address and then the best and you choose whatever is most creative, most innovative, most promising, best art, best community, and you add that. So yeah, let's do that, and let's help Uplift. It's an amazing project.
Thank you. Hey, this is a good segue to talk about what's coming up next.
Which one should we start with? I have a few here, right?
Yeah, let me give a little context. So, you know, as I just said, the world needs, you know, goodwill right now. And, you know, at the center of goodwill is love. And what we have coming up next is Valentine's Day. And Uplift.art has coined something and has created something called collectible love. And it's our mission to basically own Valentine's Day in a metaphorical way, like bring back meaning to Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day over the years has become so commercialized and so, oh shit, you know, it's Valentine's Day, you know, what do we do? Let's don't go to the restaurant. Let's not, you know, it's become like this like wet blanket event almost, right? And so we want to re-energize that in the most powerful, beautiful way, leveraging blockchain, collectible love. I have lived one of the best love stories that I've ever heard personally. You know, I was a rock star wannabe in Hollywood for many years. You know, I was in a band for, I guess, 10 years in Hollywood. We played every venue multiple times. We were kind of a cross between, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers and the Doors. People would say you kind of mash those two together, and that's what we were. But maybe not quite as good because we never made it, right? But we were pretty successful.
I would say if you can do music for 10 years, you made it.
Well,
perhaps you didn't reach #1 in the world, but you made it if you can live off something you love.
That's how I felt for sure.
Well, you know, but what it did do for me, you know, because we had a pretty massive following. We had lots of fun. I mean, it was a great time. But the big success for me from that 10 years of playing original music in Los Angeles was meeting my wife. So it was one of our last shows. We were playing every Saturday night at this really hot club called the Melrose Gig. It's right smack center down in Melrose Boulevard, Hollywood, right in the heart of it. Saturday night. So it's the streets are packed, right? So if you're a band in Hollywood, that's where you want to be on Saturday night. We were playing every Saturday night at the prime time. We'd go right on at 12 midnight. That's when things are starting to hop, right? The place is packed. It's, you know, people are loose because they're drinking and ready to have a good time. And that's when we'd go on, right? And every Saturday night, that was our gig. So one of these nights, and it was one of our last shows, because we had these beautiful backup singers, right? I mean, just too gorgeous, right? And so the pact with the band was like, okay, nobody touches the backup singers, right? Because you know what happens, right? they're off limits, guys, right? They're good. They're pretty to look at, but no touchy, right? So, the bass player, I guess, and one of the singers, they started having this, behind the scenes romance, and all this drama started happening, and it was just drama, like band drama. So we were kind of like on our way out as a band, and and back then I had this enormous ego, and I was the greatest freaking rock star on the planet, damn it. So I was part of the problem too. If not the main problem, I don't know in hindsight, but anyways, I had my faults. But on this show, looking right in front of me, the place was packed, but the girl that got my attention was right in front of me. And I was up on stage, I'm the front man singer, and I was looking down and going, holy smokes, there she is. I was like, immediately I saw her and I go, there she is. Like the woman that the soul I've been looking for my entire life, right? Because I was in and out of relationships all the time. Like I was just, always looking for love, right? And it never worked out. And then finally I just saw her and I go, that's her, that's the one. And I sang the entire concert right to this girl who I just met. I didn't even meet, I just saw, right? And she, I could tell from her look that she was feeling the same thing. It was like, we're just looking at each other's eyes, and it's like, hello, like, where have you been? Right? It's like, finally. So I sang the whole concert to her, and just everything just disappeared. And after the show, I went down and I asked her to go backstage so we could talk in quiet because the place was just crazy loud. She came backstage with me, and here I was on stage, this confident, explosive front man, but now I've got her one-on-one behind the stage. I'm like, my mouth is all dry. I'm like stumbling over my words. I'm like a complete idiot, right? So, and I looked down at her and I was like, I wanted to say, marry me, like, let's get this started, right? But she said, I must go. She has this thick Italian accent. I didn't know what accent it was, but it was this beautiful girl with this really thick, beautiful accent. I'm not going to try to do it because I'll sound. The only accent I can do for some reason is Indian, and it's just not going to do her justice. But she said, basically, I must go. My friends are waiting for me. We're going back to Italy in the morning, and it's like my heart just fell to the floor. And I gave her one of the band, back then we had CDs. And I gave her one of the band CDs, and I pointed to the back, the website, and I said, please contact me. And I gave it to her, and she goes, I will. And so I watched her walk down Melrose Boulevard that night. I followed her out of the venue and watched her walk down. It was like, after 2 a.m. in the morning, just walking away, and she was walking away, and then maybe a block away, I saw her turn around, like all sad, just looking back at me. And she's like, so, but even though I was devastated on one side, I actually, I had this knowing that she was going to, like the ball was in her court, right? It's like, but I knew that was the woman that I was going to marry, that she was going to contact me. I was even asking people like, how long does it take to fly to Italy? Because I was thinking like the minute she was off the plane, she was going to call me, right? It's like, this is on, right? But then, a day passed, 2 days passed, a week passed, nothing, right? 2 weeks passed. I'm like, what the hell happened, right? Did her plane crash? And 3 weeks, 4 weeks passed, nothing. So, I was heartbroken, and the band ended. I entered the state of depression and confusion, and like, what the hell, now the band is dissipated. Now I'm this lone soldier, just lost, right? Lost my mojo, and I decided I'm leaving LA. I'm just done with this place, right? I was just sick. I was depressed. Anyway, so I go up to Oregon, where my mom, again, my parents got divorced when I was 5, 6, and I didn't really know her that well. And so I headed up to Oregon to visit her in my confused state. And she was sick at the time too. So I was going up there to help her, and I was running out of cash. So I got a job working construction, just temporary, because I was going to move on. I was just going to be there, a month or two, but I needed some cash to, get me out of Dodge again. So I was helping her out, making money, a little bit of money. And then a month turned into 2 months, turned into 3 months. And I was doing this grunt labor for like $12 an hour. I was coming home from work, looking in the mirror, going, what the hell happened to you, man? I mean, you are a freaking disgrace to rock and roll. I mean, you're just like, you're living in Salem, Oregon with your mom, making $12 an hour. You're supposed to be this rock star, right? On top of the world with, jets and, Lambos and castles and
Minecraft servers.
Right. So it's complete opposite. And I was like at the end. I was like, literally at the end. And for some reason, I sat down at my mom's computer and typed in my Yahoo account. I had a Yahoo email that back then. And I had like 300 unanswered emails, right? But the first most recent forward was from Venus Pumping, my band. And the drummer was still managing the website. And he just forwarded me this message from a .it address. And I didn't know what .it was back then. I just knew .com. Or .net, right? So .it, I opened it up and it was just like 2 sentences. This, I'm just paraphrasing, like, do you remember me that night in the Melrose gig? Your swan dancing before you, and I was like, oh my God, there she is, right? It's like I sat up in my seat. I all of a sudden had meaning. I had purpose, right? It's like she found me. She finally found me, right? At the very edge of me just wanting to leave the earth, right? I was just like, I'm done, right? It's like, so I felt, and she gave me this purpose, this meaning. Oh my God. And I wrote back immediately, yes, I remember you, blah, 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 and so this was the start of a 3-month email exchange, like multiple times a day. I'd come home from work, the first thing, boom, did she email me? And then I emailed back, and we kept all these exchanges. We have like 2 books this long of these back and forth. So long story short, Ti amo, collectible love. This is the foundation of this Valentine's Day drop. And it is really embracing and celebrating love and romance and that energy of finding and being with your soulmate and elevating that. And so it's really, that's where this is all stemming from every Valentine's Day, it's our hope to add another layer onto this, and to make it bigger and more meaningful each year. So what's coming up is the Series 1 Ti amo collectible love. And it's fragments of love united. It's going to be the same type of protocol as we did for Mr. Spaceman. It's a 24-hour event. There's going to be 12 fragments, and you're going to get 3. So it's the KSB protocol. So you get to keep one, you get to share one, and you get to burn one, right? So the first ones to get the all 12 together and burn those 12 will get the mint number 1 of the Fragments of Love United piece. Mint number 2, number 3 is just like before. The one of one at the top, which is a poem. My wife is a great poetress. She's wonderful at poetry, and she has this beautiful voice. And so I recorded her doing this poem titled Ti amo, and I created an NFT out of it. And it's the one of one. It's going to be the one at the top. So the highest payer of the event. And again, this is the 2021 Let's Build a School in Haiti, event as well. So that's 2021 theme. Until we raise enough money to build that bad boy, everything is focused on that. So that's the first one. And then the second NFT, which is the special edition, will be the song "Marry Me Girl." which is really reminiscent of that energy of my LA band, and taking that, harnessing that energy and creating a song called Marry Me Girl, which is really kind of this hard hitting kind of rock and roll, alt rock type of a vibe. So anyways, do you want to take a listen to the, and this is the first preview of these NFTs, by the way.
So this is the Ti Amo one. This is the 101, right?
This is the one of one. This is the one at the top of the
top of the
event.
food chain.
Correct.
Ti amo. Ti amo is another way for me to say I love you from the dawn of each magnificent day, when the warm and crispy sunshine upon us shine, till when every creature around the world dines, and when the moon shows up in the elegant stage, my love for you with passion dresses. For in the quiet, intimate nights I leave my cage, put down my masks, forget duties and stresses. From the day I saw you, I immediately felt that the snows in the Arctic together we could melt. Confetti, wild roses, and stardust on us would rain, and the world would be relieved from limits and pain. Goddess of fortune blew to us her spell, for the waltzer of life, Zoom Papa, together we dance. Eros and Cupid were ringing their bell. Angels were singing, for we seized our chance. Te amo en español, mi amor. Je t'aime en français in your entire splendor. Ich liebe dich in deutscher Sprache, for you all my life are. Ti amo in italiano e per sempre ti voglio amar. And if only with my heart I speak, no words, no languages I need to involve. For with you my life has reached a peak, and what's fun is that it'll still evolve. Forever and now, with my brothers and sisters I want to share what I truly believe it's absolutely rare. And to you, my love, Ti amo is another way for me to say what nothing else in the world may.
Wow, very nice. You guys are muted again, by the way. This is... that was very beautiful. Did she write this herself?
She did, yeah, and she's written actually a whole book of poetry on love, and the book itself is called Ti amo, another way to say I love you. So this is one of those poems, and yeah, again, you know, we want to do something similar, building on each Valentine's Day. So this will be the series 1. Now, I don't know if you can pull up the special edition. This will be one of 21. Marry Me Girl, and this is
the same. Wait, is the fragments one?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can play that one there. So this is kind of like the call and response, right? So her poem, and this is kind of my response, titled "Marry Me Girl," kind of reminiscent of the old rock and roll days in Hollywood.
Let's do it.
Has found me, and I know just what to do. Love has set me free. Now I'm kneeling down upon one knee. Yeah, loving your walk, loving your talk, loving your smile. Will you marry me, girl? Love to say. Your love has touched me. Now I'm operating this diamond ring. Loving your walk, loving your talk, loving your smile. Will you marry me, girl? Now kisses me as the rising sun begins to show. Love, I want to marry you. Time to stand up and man up and grow. Loving your walk, loving your talk, loving your smile. Will you marry me, girl? Just walk this smile, loving your laugh, loving your joy, will you marry me? Loving your dance, oh, loving your walk, oh, loving how you all through when you talk, oh, loving your laugh, loving your joy, will you marry me?
Wow, this is so good. In the chat, they asked who is singing, and it is Mblu. Who did all this art, Michael?
Mblu. Yours
Mblu
truly.
does the music, Mblu does the singing, Mblu does the editing, Mblu does everything.
Oh, and Mrs. Blue, Francesca, that was her in their drumming.
Yeah, that's badass, man.
Yeah,
like
great.
yeah, you find an awesome woman who's fantastic at poetry, clearly loves the heck out of you, also plays drums. Like you can stop now. You've won. Like you're done.
Yeah, so you know, I'll get on bass or guitar and we'll just jam, and you know, the kids will pick up the microphone or tambourine or a shaker, and it'll be we always have these fun little jam sessions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's good time. So
oh hey, sorry guys, I have to run. I've got Bonds for Prospectors on in 2 minutes. You guys are too much fun.
Enjoy.
Hey,
Corey.
thank you, Anders, for having us on.
Thanks for
yeah,
coming.
tell Bonds much love, man. I love that guy.
100%. Yeah, he's like in every project, basically all of them. It's ridiculous.
Corey, you need to go.
Anyway, oh yeah, goodbye. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that music video makes such an effect on the music overall. I mean, just having something to watch like that, like it really like has an positive effect and just makes the music rise. It's so hard to express, but it makes a huge difference.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and it's an NFT. I mean, you know, thank you, Jonah and Fabian from Atomic Assets. Thank you, Wax, for enabling us to do this. I mean, what a great day that we're living in to be able to do such thing, to put such expression on the blockchain, to be able to do these drops for goodness, right? Again, this is it's called Ti Amo Collectible Love. February 13th, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is we're going to be dropping this. It's going to be very similar to the Mr. Spaceman event. We're tying in the Uplift, the Kingdom of Love in it as well. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's a lot of fun, and I love seeing the community rallying around everything that we're doing. We have so much good things coming after the.
Yeah, it's February 13th. This is going on, so it's in about 3 weeks from now. So you have time to find some wax.
Exactly. And we're also tying in other ways. It's quite possible that we're going to have a all cryptos payment way as well. So you can pay in other types of crypto. That's being kind of engineered at the moment. It's not quite.
So hopefully that is done by the time. Is that the plan?
It's likely that will be done. So you can pay in other things other than wax. We really want to, support wax and grow the wax ecosystem. But again, by opening the doors, it'll open more people to take part in this Fragments of Love United.
Yeah. It's really a beautiful thing, all of this. It truly is. And I'm so happy to have a small part of this to help spread the word, to help share this. It's great.
Well, I want to thank you, Anders, because you are a master of so many wonderful things, but one of them is also your ability to, kind of make sense of things. Like, for example, you're so busy with many different projects and things that you're working on. And, I sent you before the Mr. Spaceman drop, kind of like the breakdown of the mechanics in a very unorganized way to you, right? And literally within minutes, you had just given me this bullet point breakdown of how the system works. And I read it and I go, man, he's so damn brilliant. Like he just communicated what I tried to communicate better than I could. And he just heard of it. So thank you for that. Thank you for all of your support. And it's very meaningful how you engage with Uplift.art and how you help, spread the word and get it out there. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be nearly as, I guess, robust as we are right now. So thank you.
Thank you for those kind words. And I as I usually say, I wish I could put even more time in this, because I love the cause, I love the concept, the win-win-win. And you, so far in the month that I've known you, you have always given back to everyone that helps you. And I see that in text, I see it in chats, I see it in DMs to me. You are always kind, and you always want to take care of everyone that contribute in a small and a big way.
Well, there's just so much to be grateful for. And, it's like, if you want to build a community, you have to lead by example. And, that's why I would rather, the gift of giving is, in my stage, is better than receiving personally. I'd rather receive in the name of uplift and generate more goodness with that.
Receive so you can send, give away.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, Crypto Quandary is his name on YouTube. He said while we were playing the music video that you brought music videos back. And I find that very nice in one way, that something that I get disturbed by in music videos and in music artists today all the way. The only way they sell the mainstream things is by having half naked people in the videos. And I didn't see anything like that. And yet I loved it, right? And like your TED Talk is so spot on exactly that message. And you live by what you said in that one. And if any people haven't seen it, you can go to my profile, find the NFT from Uplift. That is, I can link it later. You can go to Mblu's YouTube and you find a TED Talk. It's 15 minutes and it's so worth the time.
Yeah, maybe you can link that in the Uplift.art Telegram channel so people, and I can pin it. Because, that's the TED Talk fantasy is, in a nutshell, I was like you, as a father especially, you see music artists today who are parents themselves in many cases, making these music videos that from my purview isn't even close for a child to be watching. But if you dial down into their audience profile, it's predominantly children that are following these artists, right? More than 50% are children under the age of 12. So, and knowing that that's what they're portraying to 9, 10, 11, and 12-year-old is, burning your lover alive and then, doing crazy things to it, at the same time being naked. It's like, I'm thinking like, come on, guys. I mean, your audience are children, and this is what you're giving them. I mean,
and all the lyrics and all the hip hop and
right. What do you want your legacy to be? Right. That's kind of the main message to it. But it also talks about my journey as an artist and a musician, because I'm guilty too. Right. Back in the day, before I was a father, before I had more of awareness of how we affect our world by the way we act, I had my heyday. So I understand it from an artist's point of view, right? So I kind of go through that in that TED Talk, and I see that you just posted it in the Uplift.art channel.
Yep, I tried to find the one on YouTube, and for some reason I didn't. Kind of hard while I'm doing all the other things. But on Atomic Hub, everything is easy to find.
Exactly, yeah. And again, a big thank you for Jonah and Fabian. I don't know if you're listening or watching, but I have an immense amount of gratitude for you and what you've been building and doing. Just staggering how genius they are and so young, right? And what they're putting out there. But Anders, thank you so much for taking the time with me today and helping promote, Ti Amo Collectible Love on February 13th and beyond. It's very meaningful.
And we should do this if
Now, have you ever watched the TED Talk?
We should just take the first few minutes of this. It's 12 minutes long, but just for the first ones.
That touched you so deeply or made you think in a new way. And then you asked yourself, if I had the opportunity to be on TED, what would I talk about? And do I have anything original or value to say? You see, here's a platform that reaches tens of millions of people or more. So what would you want to say to the world if you had the opportunity to present your ideas or message to millions of people? What would you contribute? Entertainment, enlightenment, drama, comedy, love, hate? So I thought about this for a while. And since I'm a daddy, I think more in terms of what can I contribute that would make the world a little better for my two boys, right? Because we all want what's best for our kids. And not just for them, but for everyone, right? So this TED Talk fantasy just rattled around in my head for a couple of weeks until one day, as I was watching this random YouTube music video from the superstar that everyone knows the name, my TED Talk started to formulate. And what happened is I watched this incredibly slick $1 million video. I observed how I was feeling. A bit anxious, a little sad, fascinated and captivated, yes, but a bit sad. Sad because this song with over 1 billion views, 1 billion people watching, this video was centered in hate and violence, decorated within this glamorous facade of loveless sex. So I did a little research and I found that nearly half of this superstar's fan base were children. Now think about that for a minute. Millions upon millions of children hypnotized, watching, celebrating this hateful, violent, loveless song. Lighten up, you may say. It's just entertainment, right? But is it? Or does the media we consume shape our thoughts? Because what science is now pointing to is that consciousness is all there is.
Yeah. People can watch this. It's linked in the Uplift chat. This was the first 2.5 minutes, and you strongly get the message from this. It's truly a beautiful thing, and so spot on.
Well, and I gifted that to you, Anders, because of your appreciation for it, and as well as your beautiful support that you've given to me and to the community. And I hope someday that becomes very valuable for you and your family.
Yeah, it's up on sale for 1 million wax right now. And if anyone buys that, I will for sure donate half of it to Uplift. It's what should be done. And if no one buys it, I'm just as happy by just keeping it, because it's so awesome.
Well, the Uplift art movement community, we're just getting started. So my thinking is, over time, we move from 1,000 members to 10,000 to 1 million, and just keep building value in the ecosystem to where it is my hope and wish that just becomes immensely valuable. And I know that you, as a human, will do beautiful things with that one day. And that's up for you to decide what that beautiful thing is. But I just know you as a human, and you will do wonderful things.
Yeah, my goal, like, one thing that I have outed to people around me is, since, like, technically, if I take all people in the world, my income is top 1%. And you don't need to earn a lot for that. To have top 1% wealth, you need to have a lot. But top 1% income, you do not need to have much more. If I recall, it's around $2,500 to $3,100, so $3,000 per month. If you get more than that, you are top 1%. Last time I checked, that was a few years ago. And I said, okay, if I am top 1%, then I should give back and make life better for at least 99 people. If I manage to help 99 people make a better life of themselves, then I have at least tried to make an impact worthy of the ease of life that I got just being born in Sweden. And that's what I want to do. That's my long-term goal, to help at least 99 people, and then they can help their families, and then that spreads off and it goes off.
Wow. Think of the ripple effect of that, of you just stating that and putting that out into the world. And, I know that, one, you inspired me by those words, and I'm certain that you've inspired others on this call. And can you imagine if everybody had a similar goal of, wanting to affect 99 other people in such a positive way that it brings them up, right? Some of us can't do that financially for others, but we can most certainly do that with our support of others and our acknowledgement of other people's gifts and other people's contributions in the world. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we need to give a monetary gift if we're not in a position of monetary, but it's rolling up your sleeve and helping out others, whether that means by the words that you speak to them, or the help that you give them with your bronze and might, right?
Yeah, like one way that I see it is, okay, if I have an income that is top 1% in the world, then I can reduce my cost. I can take some of this money and I can invest it. I didn't say that I give it away directly. I say I invest it because I think that over time I can make it a bigger sum. And if I continue to do that and I start to do more investment, and perhaps I start businesses employing other people in other places of the world, then I can start making their life better for real, and not just cutting cost, but I can actually take from my profit and give back to the families in the ways I can. So that is one of the long-term ways. Perhaps I will start to buy rentals, and I will try to make the life of the families in the rentals as good as possible, and I will not try to milk as much money as possible, because at that point I will not need more money. It's just another number on the bank account. So as soon as I reach that time when I'm starting to be a little bit independent, I don't rely on my income, I can survive for a while without it, then I will start to give back more and more, because it won't cost me anything. It will not cost me a single dime if I don't need the money.
Exactly. And, and that's, I love how you stated that. And, you and I think very similar. But, my goal is to be able to build the Uplift organization into such a way to where we can create more win-wins. And again, how Atomic Hub is set up, the you can deter on the secondary markets, on the market when things sell, then you get, you can define what percentage. We're currently set at 6%. So we're going to be funneling, different ways into the Uplift ecosystem to be able to have a perpetual wax reward for people in the Uplift. Just going in there, uniting with their community, building, creating, and earning wax, because now we have this vehicle to where we can keep the Uplift as this perpetual wax reward system ongoing. And the more we sell, the more wax that goes into the game. So we're really excited about that, and we see that as a huge win-win-win economy unfolding.
Yeah, you are an inspiration there, because you are in a financial way in the future where you are a bit more secure. So in my future, that's what I mean. So you are at the point where you have extra time and capacity to give to others, and you do that through this project Uplift, through your talents, you do the art, you do the music videos, you do the singing. Currently, to get this started, you do editing of everything, and you do put in a lot of time, and that is great.
Yeah. Fortunately,
so thank you for that.
Yeah, fortunately, I've got into the crypto space early. I came out of, I owned a precious metal brokerage before getting into Bitcoin. Sold that to my vice president. Invested in Bitcoin, then invested in Ethereum. So I fortunately have lost.
And there's a full story of that in an interview with you about 6 months ago.
Right.
I think it's 20 minutes about that part or something like that.
Yeah. And I know that we've run long on this show, and I know you're a busy guy, and I don't want to keep your time. But thank you so much, Anders, for your support.
Yeah.
Thanks to the whole Uplift communities, all you Uplifters. I'm going to be messaging. Some of you have got your Wax accounts. I'm going to send out the Wizards gift to you today. Most of you, I have your Wax account, but some of you I don't. So please look for my DM asking you for your Wax account so I can get you the Wizards gift. And this is just the beginning of this win-win-win economy of paying it forward, giving it back. I hope that the Wizards gift become immensely valuable for all of you over time. But with that being said, keep uplifting away, and keep smiling, and we're going to build this bad boy quickly.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see it blow up in a good way. Get huge.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you came on. I'm so happy for all the work. As we have said, the last 50 minutes we spent giving each other compliments, which is a beautiful thing. Very grateful to anyone that came on to spend time with us, that contribute time in the Uplift ecosystem, in the Wax ecosystem. Everyone just spending time and helping this community grow and become something bigger. And in my opinion, we haven't even started yet. There are so many hurdles we have to pass before we even start to get things smooth, and already we love it. So thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a great one, right?
Thank you, Anders. Appreciate it.
A Bitcoin bull is all I got left. Sold my clothes, gold no less. Was a suckling, hollow hands. This man stronger than the